Hello, everybody. This is Gynarchic Awakening. I've returned from doing job research a little while ago, and I'm going to get on to the main topic of the video soon. But before I do, I want to update my policies and make recommendations to other people. First, I am now going to make it a policy of mine not to comment any further on any other media, whether it's X, Reddit, whatever it is. I am done posting at these groups. If people want to link my videos, go ahead. If they want to talk about the things that I have to say on here, go ahead. But I am done doing that. My policy has recently changed because of an experience that I've been subjected to that I do not consider particularly positive. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to alter that policy. Uh, I've altered the policy I used to have. So I am very specifically just going to make YouTube videos. And that's what I'm going to do going forward. I want to say to the people who were supportive of me and the people who still care, if you value these videos at all, my advice is for you to archive them because deplatforming is a thing that some people do. Some human beings will abuse the flaws or the biases in any kind of system or website or whatever to try to take you down because they don't like what you have to say. So just in case I get deplatformed or uh, whatever happens, please feel free to archive these videos. I won't stop doing them, but at some point, somebody may attempt to try to shut me down for whatever reason that they have. And I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not going to go into any detail about this. It's not worth it. I have to focus, and I told this to another person in a chat, and I'm going to say this to you. I've got to focus on taking care of my family. I'm going to focus on types of research that I want to do. I'm going to develop that. It's concerning the health of women and girls and stuff. I'm not going to get directly involved in this anymore. And you know what? I want to say one thing further. It was a mistake to make the other two videos. So they've been taken down too. I'm not any videos that were specifically associated with that experience have been taken down. Uh, so this is my policy now. Feel free to link, feel free to talk about it, but um, I have other things I need to do. And if people are going to ban me from their groups at some point over whatever reason, I don't see the purpose in posting in the first place. I take time out of my day that I could be doing, applying for a job or whatever. I post these. I take a long time on these discussion posts. It takes me sometimes hours to write these things out, to edit them and whatever. And so if you're going to ban me or get rid of my account, I honestly don't see the point in putting that in investing that type of work because I don't have control over what those people at the groups think about me or what they're going to do. Uh, I don't have that power. I have control over my platform and what I use with my platform. I don't have control over the other stuff. And I don't like having my time wasted. That was like one of the biggest spits to the face I've had in many years. I go out of my way to try to be supportive to the community. I try to be helpful to people. And I'm not going to allow my time to be diverted or wasted if they're just going to take these actions. If they're going to, like, basically run, but like I can't post or put new content down. I can't do any of that now, at least at one of the groups. So why should I then start posting in the other group? How long before that other group decides to ban me or decides that I'm not worth keeping around because I'm a problem or people are putting pressure on those mods or whatever to get rid of me, whatever it is. So I don't see the point in continuing to post. So I'm just going to do my videos here. And if people want to talk about them and have discussions about it, great, you do that. Have at it. But I I have a very critical amount of time to do the things I want to do. I value my time and my energy. And when I feel that it's not valued, I start changing how I interact with the community, how I want to interact with certain types of communities. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. I just want to put that out there. That is my policy now. The next thing I want to talk about is something that was inspired by individuals on FetLife, I believe. They were talking about, the problems with the Gynarchic lexicon, like Gynarchy, like you type it in and you see porn and whatever. And I was thinking, one thing I was looking for and I never found was, where are the Gynarchic debates? Like formal debates, like these actual intellectual debates between people who have opposing points of view or opinions or whatever. Where are these things? I never found it. I never found a Gynarchic equivalent of what happened with Christopher Hitchens and any of the individuals he debated when he was still alive. The non-religious community had those formal debates. They could be like, I think, an hour and a half, 2 hours, something in length. And I was wondering, what couldn't it add to the credibility of our community if we established and carried through with formal debates? Like, would that be a good thing for our community? Would that add to our credibility? I think it would. I think it would create more visibility. And then when people are looking up these things, they're like, oh, well, like, take a look. You would just point to them and say, look at this. See, we're not just a bunch of perverts and kinksters and whatever. Like, we're having intellectual discussions here. I think that would help. So I thought, okay, if you're going to set up a Gynarchic debate between two Gynarchist males, two Gynarchist women, however you want to do this, there's some things to think about. And I decided to write this out for everyone. A, what topics or ideas can be debated? In other words, what exactly do you want to debate? So you'll have to brainstorm topics or ideas. You'll have to discuss it with other people. Say, what are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable talking about? I would also just say, as an aside, not an aside, I would say as advice for this, that because there's already an association of Gynarchy with fetishism and with fetishists, I think it would be a good idea that any topic or idea you brainstorm has nothing to do with sex whatsoever, or any connection to a sexual fetish. Like, it should be strictly about some kind of deeply held belief or topic in relation to Gynarchy. For example, centralized leadership versus decentralized leadership. Does the Gynarchic lexicon need to be discarded or not? Like, these are some of the subjects that have been going on for years in the community, and somebody could make a formal debate out of them if they wanted to. If they just decided to get a YouTube account, to set up a live stream and do it. YouTube will save that information if you decide to follow through with it. Number B, not number B, but B, the topic must have either two diametrically opposing views or proposed solutions to a problem. So in order for there to be a debate, a formal debate of any kind, there have to be opposing viewpoints or proposed solutions that differ. Here's an example of this. If you have one person saying the Gynarchic lexicon is just too damaged by fetishists, it's irredeemable, we need to throw it away and build an entirely new lexicon, that is one proposed solution to the problem. Another proposed solution is, well, hey, what if we can find some way to keep the lexicon and provide some other kind of context for it other than a fetishistic one? What if we can build upon it? We can add to the lexicon. And that's another proposed solution, but these two proposed solutions differ. Now, the whole point of this, by the way, is these aren't just arguments to defend your ego or reputation or whatever. These are formal arguments designed to educate people, to invite discussion about these subjects, and to add to the credibility of the community. In other words, to build a better brand for people, for who we are and how we want to be represented. Like, do we want to be represented by the fetishists, or do we want to find a different way to represent ourselves and to have ourselves represented? C, there needs to be a moderator. We're only human. We're going to fall short. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do stupid stuff. Sometimes you even end up contradicting yourself. There's a lot of things that can pull you off course, that can drag you down. So having a moderator, somebody who can keep everybody focused, keep everything in line for the video, that's essential. The presentation demands at least an hour and a half to 2 hours or more. I think I explained the purpose of it, but I'll just read this again because this is written on the purpose of the debate. It's to educate Gynarchists and others coming into the community, to provide content for Gynarchists to consume, to add to the legitimacy of the community, to add to the diversity of Gynarchic content, etc. And I've already talked about no sexual topics. And I've already explained what kind of debate topics you could bring up, like, for example, centralized or decentralized leadership, lexicon, things like that, and so on and so forth. Now, one other thing I could do, it's only if you want to, so please feel free to send me a direct message at Reddit if you want me to do it, or you can just send me a message in my comment section letting me know if you want me to do a mock Gynarchic debate format type thing. In other words, if you want, I can pretend to be two people with two different positions and attempt to represent the positions to the best of my ability. So I could wear like a hat and pretend to be I'm Guy A, and then I could wear some kind of other different material and say I'm Guy B, or I could just take the hat off. And then I could show you the overall structure of what a formal debate looks like and how we can use that structure. So if you want me to do, and when I mean mock, it's not like not literally mocking anybody, but it's just a way of saying I can show what it looks like. I can try to act it out to the best of my ability using and inventing two different kinds of characters. So in other words, I could be Guy A arguing with Guy B. In other words, this is kind of generally how it goes. So Guy A or woman A or whoever makes arguments. Let's say they make 3 arguments. And this is their opening stuff. Like, so these are their opening arguments. Then you have another person, they have their opening arguments. Then you have rebuttals, counter rebuttals, and then you can have a Q&A. And you can either you can have a Q&A with people who are in the community, and I could pretend to be audience members and ask them questions about this stuff or things that interested me, or whatever, or ask personal questions. So in other words, it could just be something like that. So if you're interested in seeing me do something like that to give you an idea of what it could look like, for fun or whatever, just because you want to amuse yourself or something, I don't know. If you want to see me try to do something like that, it'll have to be probably broken up into parts because I do 15, 16-minute videos. I try my best not to do anything else. So I think that'd be great. I'd love to see it. It'd be awesome to wake up one day, find out that 2 Gynarchists had a formal debate, or, like a really great formal debate. I think it would enrich and add to the community. That's all. I'm just a thought I'm putting out there, just a suggestion. People will, of course, do with it what they will. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And for those people who are still interested in my channel, despite what's being said about me, I appreciate the support. I appreciate what you have to say. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a blessed day. Take care.